We want to thank our amazing sponsor, the rope drop queen herself, Michelle McKnight. She's a destination specialist with TouringPlans and can help you plan an amazing vacation. Whether it's Disney, Universal, a cruise, or an all-inclusive, she can help you with booking, planning, and strategizing to help you have an incredible experience at a great rate. Contact her today at michelle@touringplans.com. Now, on to the show.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug talking all things Disney. And Doug, Disney had something new and something big open.
It's crazy. We haven't seen anything open other than like a park for a while.
Yeah, so it is really awesome that all out west, we got Avengers Campus opening up, but Doug, you and I weren't there.
No. So we found someone who was, and we'll talk about it.
We will. That's a little teaser. He's actually a Patreon. And speaking of Patreons, we have a lot of new ones that are joining our Rope Drop Radio community. Chloe, Craig, Carla, OC Tony, Sean, and Timothy. Welcome to the Rope Drop Radio community, getting the bonus episodes, some swag, and some other fun things, all the great things in our social media groups that we get to discuss. So thank you guys for supporting the show. And if you'd like to join that awesome community, you can find a link in the show notes.
Yeah, they got a lot of good bonus little after show type things from our trip, like the Baseline Tap House review that we recorded as we were finishing our beverages.
Yep, it's a good one.
It's just one little example. All right, on to the Apple Podcast reviews. We've gotten a lot of these lately, so thank you. It gives me something to read. This week I have a long one, so buckle up, guys. It's titled Entertaining and Informia. And oh dear, I can't even. How am I going to say a name if I can't read a title? Entertaining and Informative by Olivia VT.
So it's not my daughter. Olivia,
no.
That's Vermont, so mine would be.
Yeah,
okay.
You would think Vermont or Virginia Tech. I don't know. Maybe it's a Virginia Tech fan. All right, anyway. During my pandemic-induced Disney World planning mania, I found this podcast both informative and funny. These two Disney dads are entertaining and intelligent with just the right amount of self-deprecation. I must say, though, I was inspired to write this review because of a recent lightning round answer. Given by us, by the way. I disagree so much with the idea of Gaston being misunderstood. On the contrary, he is the worst villain in any classic Disney movie. The worst villains, in movies and in real life, are the ones who try to pass themselves off as heroes. Now, Hook, that's a villain who embraces his role as the bad guy, who we all can agree to lovingly root against. Hope you give yourselves negative points on the Gaston answer. Don't let those cinnamon buns fool you. And hope you are having a magical vacation. That was written while we were at Disney
There you
World.
go.
So
and that was
go.
totally my answer, too. It's him being misunderstood.
Olivia does not like...
Nope, I guess. But I got her to write a review, so
That's
maybe
right.
when... after watching Cruella this week, I'm like, did we really need a prequel? Because she skins puppies, but didn't in that movie. So misunderstood. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, she doesn't skin any puppies. Jeez, Derek, just throw it all out
I
there.
didn't say anything. I just, because she did in the original cartoon. That's a whole show. We need to do a bonus episode for Patreon on Cruella review. How about that?
I haven't watched it yet.
When you watch it, we're going to do it because
Okay.
I have thoughts and feelings. I don't know how to feel about the movie, actually. But that's not Avengers.
But I've watched Luca.
Oh,
all right,
Avengers. There you go, Avengers. So, Doug, who do we have joining us today?
So today, for Avengers Campus, we have someone that knows Avengers inside and out. And one of our traveling companions from our recent trip. We're welcoming back Mr. Alex Cenac of TouringPlans Travel to take us on a journey to not to Galaxy's Edge, to Avengers Superhero Campus.
Hey, good evening, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming, Alex. So set the stage. A new land. You're going into it for the first time. How's it hit you?
We went on, opening day for non-California residents to go. And I'm not the biggest fan of comic books. I like I didn't grow up reading them. I like all the Marvel movies. But man, when something new opens up at Disneyland, you just gotta be there. We were there, together for the opening of Galaxy's Edge, and that was just awesome. And so, and with Disneyland being closed for so long, I have my client base. I live in Phoenix, and so I have a pretty sophisticated client base that goes to Disneyland often, and so it was important for me to go see, just so I could relay that information to clients.
Was it exciting seeing it for the first time? You come around the corner, and does it hit you?
It's where it's tough to be a bug, and it's a bug land, and it's not like Galaxy's Edge, where you have that long walk past Hungry Bear and ambient sounds come in, or even like going into Pandora. It's right across from Wine Country Trattoria, and it's just there. And so we were lucky enough, I guess unlucky enough, that we did Disneyland that morning, and so we hopped over to DCA at about 7:00. And we were able. I was expecting that there'd be a long line, and I was more surprised that we could just walk right in after seeing the lines early that morning. So we just kind of walked right in, and it was neat. I'd read up some of the stuff, but it was because you walk right in, it's Web Slingers is right on your left, and there's the the campus sign right on the right, which is awesome. And then it's Web Slingers, so it has all of the graffiti because you look and you see from Homecoming, Miles, a little Easter egg is tagged in there, and you can see the Quinjet, and then you can see Mission Breakout in the back, and so it's just a neat, totally not like the Millennium Falcon reveal, or even the Floating Mountain reveal.
Nice. Well, let's go into the spoiler mode in case somebody wants to know nothing about anything in there. You want to keep it fresh. You
stay off Twitter, stay off YouTube.
Thanks for downloading, but hit pause. So let's talk. You mentioned Web Slingers. It's the e-ticket. It's the big thing. How was it like getting the boarding group? Because that's the first step, right? We got boarding groups again.
Yeah, so our park pass reservation for the 15th was at Disneyland, and so we weren't eligible to get a boarding group at 7 a.m. or at noon for Web Slingers. My daughter got us, one for Rise of Resistance when we were getting on the airplane. We tried at noon to get one for Web Slingers, but it doesn't let you get one. And so it's very similar to Rise. It's fastest fingers. But the deal with Web Slingers is that ride actually operates efficiently and actually works all
wow.
the time.
Wait, hold on a minute. Disney actually has a ride that does well?
When we went on the Wednesday, the 16th, we got skunked at 7 a.m. That was my fault. And then at noon, it was all the way up to like boarding group 60, and we got boarding group 95. And so I think our boarding group came open at like 1:30. But everybody around us was doing the same thing. We were sitting in front of Grand Californian Hotel in that shaded area right there. The people right next to us, they got boarding group 165. And I don't even know if Rise has ever even gotten that high ever.
Probably one day.
And it stayed open. That noon stayed open. Not just seconds. It stayed open probably about a minute or so. And I'm curious to see how long it even lasts, especially when Quinjet comes online, if and when that ever does.
2027.
Well, Jim Hill said today he thought 2024. He thought it was 3 or 4 years away.
That's where we'll need the boarding group. It'll be like 2 e-tickets in one land. Actually, 3 e-tickets in one land, because you still have Mission Breakout.
So let's talk about the ride a little bit. I've seen a couple of videos and Twitter. It's what's it like, and how does it do? Because you're using your hands. It's no. Doug can't beat me with the pulling of the string anymore. It gets hand versus hand.
Yeah, and I think that's the most apt comparison is to compare it to Toy Story Midway Mania. It's screen based, and so you're all 4 sitting right together, kind of similar to how you're sitting in like Forbidden Journey, but you're not on a Kuka arm. You're just in a pod. There's 4 on each side. We were seated next to a party at 2. They didn't ask us if we wanted to be seated next to a party at 2. They was just like, here, you're sitting next to
your family
to
now.
Party.
Good luck.
You're sitting next to another party at 2. When we were on Rise the day before, they actually did ask us if we wanted to be seated next to a party at 2, and we were fine with it. The people behind us were not. But even though the plexiglass was gone, and so I don't know why they had an issue with it. They just did.
I mean, to be honest, though, any plexiglass barrier between me and you is probably a good thing, Alex.
Well, what's
You never know what I might.
I'm just gonna let that comment go. So and it is, you just use your hand. It's hand motioned, and so it's pretty easy to do. You just get super tired. I was with my 17-year-old, and you didn't see many, but you saw enough where they had, because you can buy a web slinger. You can buy a device that I guess emits light or whatever it does. And then that's $35. And then if you want the Spiderman add-on, that's another like 30 or 40. The Iron Man one is like 40 or 50. And so, you can do those and improve your score.
So I don't you didn't buy
why
them?
No, we didn't. We did not. We came close, and then it was hot, and Eloise was like, I just don't want to have to carry that around. And I wasn't carrying it around either. And so, but you saw people wearing them, for me, that's not something I would do. Maybe if I knew I could get on it multiple times a day, but since it's boarding group, that's not something I'm buying. But if they can sell them, good on them.
Got to make that money back.
Yeah, I hope that's not a trend but it was a very, very fun game. I got the lowest score. Eloise, the two girls that were with us were awesome. And so we were like the sixth highest score of the hour, which was pretty cool. It's a ton of fun. If you don't want to know, fast forward, but Tom Holland's, he's in the pre-show, and so it's really, really, really well done. It's screens, right? We can't get mad at Universal anymore for feel superior to Universal, like freezing screens. It's all screens, but it's fantastic. And that's one of the games or one of the attractions, man, if they just could do a different every time, or at least have something different, it'd just be awesome.
So you get like a team score, right?
You get your own individual score, and you have a team score, and then you're all rated. And so it's on screens as you're exiting the attraction, and it's also on a big screen in the web supplier's store, which is right across. And so so that's pretty neat. I'm not a huge Spider, I don't know all the, I've watched, Homecoming and, all that, the stuff that Into the Multiverse, like I don't know any of that stuff, but that's all, it was a fun attraction that you don't have to know anything about and that everybody would enjoy.
I might be able to beat Doug on something.
I don't even think there's a height restriction, which is
that's
pretty awesome.
Really good.
Great.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. Doing web slingers. It's certainly, I would have been disappointed if we didn't get a boarding group. So it's again not as stressful as Rise. Just really, really, really enjoyed it. Definitely, any new attractions that they're building, I'm all for.
Now the stunt show, there's a Spider-Man stunt show. Is it a real Spider-Man?
It is a real Spider-Man. There is Spider-Man. Yes, there is, and so the one thing, God bless them. The app doesn't show the show times. They're buried on the website. You have to go to the website to actually find them. And so we saw the stunt show there was a 2.5 hour queue to get in to the land. I was like at noon, but we just happened to be walking by, and you can see the whole show. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and they do it about once an hour. It's a neat. And then Spider-Man comes down, and then he does a meet and greet right after the show. So what time, and then if you really are into it, you can do a meet and greet. And he interacts and everything. It's really, really neat.
Why bury the times though, Disney?
Yeah.
Why bury them?
It's not on the app, and I kept checking for it. It's same thing, for the Doctor Strange show, they're just not on the app. But I found them on the website. Doing tips for clients, finally found where they were, hidden. I was like, oh, well, that would have been helpful to have just on the app, because on the app there's a learn more about Avengers Campus, and of course it's about boarding groups and then buying extra things and stuff like that. So, but there's a ton of characters in the Avengers Campus. That's going to be interesting to see how many of those characters stay around if they keep having them, because we saw Spider-Man, we saw Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Gamora, Quill, because they still do the dance off right in front of Mission Breakout. We didn't see Black Panther. We did see the Dora Milaje. She was pretty awesome. She kind of holds court. We saw Loki in the TVA. We saw the Doctor Strange show. We didn't see Black Panther, and I think that's it. And we saw Black Widow fight the Taskmaster, which is coming in. I'm interested to see if that's going to be a show, or if that's going to stay after, how much longer that's going to stay after the movie, debuts. But it was just, there's a ton of characters, so it's a fun,
something that they learned from not doing any at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, that's
Well, and their timeline is easier because there's time travel.
Well,
yeah,
timelines, schmine-lines. Like,
right?
Give the people what they
Give
want.
the kids the characters.
Well, just it would decrease the queues for everything. We just randomly walked by and happened to just jump in when Iron Man was first, but it was great. It was really great. I like that aspect of it. I wasn't expecting and thought that really did a bunch for the whole land. With controlled entry, it wasn't too crowded in there, and so it actually made it nice to where it wasn't just wall to wall people.
That's true. Eventually, it will be wall to wall people. I imagine that's coming quickly. So the Doctor Strange area, he does a little show. Is that right?
Same deal. It's about once every, and it's about a 10-15 minute show. And I think it's similar to something he does on the cruise line. I didn't read much about it beforehand, but and you have to wait in line to get in because you walk into the sanctum. Essentially, they have the sanctum in New York, Hong Kong, London, and this is the West Coast sanctum. And so there's a bunch of props and things out. It has like the spell books and things, and there's a neat little photo area where it looks like you're falling. And he looked pretty realistic, but he's fighting Dormammu, same as in the movie, and which but that one thing is we didn't line up. We kind of got into the tail, so we were on the side. And we didn't have the best vantage point, but still, it's only a 10-minute show, so we didn't feel like we wasted, but it was a really good show. It's one of those things like, oh, good, we waited in line 10 minutes, took 10 minutes to see the show, and thought I was like, that's a pretty good idea because we did it late near closing time. I think we saw the last show.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like the little shows, that addition, and makes more happen.
Yeah, well, they're using the space, right? Because you can't put an attraction there. You use the space to actually have some kind of entertainment offering. Again, spreads the crowds around. It's amazing.
Crazy ideas.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So we can't have you on and not talk about food. So how was Pym Test Kitchen, Alex? Did you get the sandwich for 100?
It was just Eloise and I, so we did not. So we were about the 100th or so people into the land in the morning. DCA opened at 9. They let people in about 8:15, and we walked straight into the land. And Pym's, it didn't open until 8:30. And so we walked around, took a bunch of pictures, and once the 8:30 popped open, the ordering window, I did my order. And then we walked around some more, and we went on mission breakout. And so we had breakfast, and it was just, what is it called? It's the eggs and the focaccia and bacon. It was just kind of basic breakfast. Eloise got the cinnamon toast, or the cinnamon French toast, which was excellent. That probably could have fed all 3 of my little ones. She barely even made a dent in it. And so we didn't do the shawarma because it's not mobile order, and then wasn't too interested in having the Impossible, sausage shawarma. It looks kind of similar to the Ronto wrap. And so they learned from the first day that they didn't release the whole day's worth of order times at Pym's Kitchen. And so it's 2-hour blocks now. Ordered lunch, and we did exactly what they told you not to do, where we picked our time, but we didn't have access to the land. It was still the 2-hour wait. Our boarding group wasn't called yet, and so I begged my way back in. And they were on like boarding group 85. We were 95, and the cast member let us in for lunch. And so we ended up, I got the chicken sandwich, which it's like the tiny bun and the humongous chicken, and that was really, really good. I just like that they're being creative. It's just something different. It's still familiar. It was chicken, fried chicken essentially, but just creative offerings. Eloise got the peanut butter and jelly and banana sandwich. That was really good too, because she wasn't. Yeah, I think she wasn't interested in the big sandwich, or they sell an individual sized one. But food, super impressed. Appreciate having different offerings. Right, it's not as good as Satuli. It's not as good as Docking Bay, but it's still good. Different food. It had the big pretzels. Right, it's a fun theme. It's fun to see, and you gave props to the people who are eating giant pretzels at 8 a.m., right? So
yeah, that wasn't you?
No. So we did get the big candy bar, though, which was awesome. So we did not get the Incredible Hulk juice. I got a beer. And so at lunch and they have a whole, a bunch of drinks. And then there's we didn't do the shawarma. Again, the line was long, and we had to go catch our flight, so we left early as opposed to eating dinner there, because by the time we were zapped, and the line for the shawarma place was too long, and so we ended up walking back to the hotel and catching our Uber. But there's just a bar that they call the PIM testing lab, and you can order drinks from there. And so got it was a neat cocktail. It was like a tequila beer cocktail that had some boba in it. It was just kind of a refreshing drink, and just appreciate that they have just different things.
Can you get the pretzel at the bar?
No, they have like a little bag of food, a little small snack bag, and it was $7. We got it just for the novelty of it, and I was like, that was like 25 cents worth of, I felt ripped off after getting that. The Iron Man gauntlet, it was $23. You could hold you could hold your Diet Mountain Dew
perfect
in your gauntlet.
Doug's buying one,
and so, or you could smack somebody with it. So
another reason Doug's gonna buy one.
So you just like put your hand in it, and it's like a cup holder essentially. You're holding a cup holder.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. $23 to hold something that holds something.
Whatever Disney's got to do right now to make money back, they're going to do it, and people are going to buy it.
Oh my God. It's a unique souvenir. And so so they had the spider bots. They're all,
I saw
the
those.
purpose, back to web slingers, disabling spider bots, right? And that's what the purpose of it. And so there's a bunch of webbed up spider bots all throughout the land that kind of go through the theming of the ride. So that's pretty neat. Mission Breakout is still awesome. The one deal with Mission Breakout is now that they're controlling access to the land, you can't just go get on Mission Breakout, and so you have to be in the land to go to Mission Breakout, and which makes it nice because the line's short. But then if you're not in the land and you see Mission Breakout's only 15 minutes, you still can't get in line for Mission Breakout.
That's a bummer.
So we did the Terran treats as well, the little snack stand. We did that on I guess the Tuesday night, kind of at the end, in the evening. We had the plaza for dinner. Fried chicken was awesome. And so the Terran treats, the green, it was like a pineapple, kind of like pineapple wasn't too strong, so it wasn't overwhelming. And then, but the purple, I can't even remember what it was called. It was, it was like a mousse inside that turned my teeth purple, and would not recommend. It was pretty messy. So
you eat that right before you come see me at work, then, and
got
a purple mouth.
No, thank you. So but I wish we'd have done the shawarma, but I think it's a home run. I'm obviously love. Galaxy's Edge. I'm a Star Wars nerd. Star Wars fan. That just hits me differently. But turning It's a Bug's Land into Avengers Campus, is a definite home run. And I'd even say that it's better than Cars Land.
Oh wow, my kids really did like A Bug's Land though.
Yes. So who else loves candy corn and Heimlich? And so
but they're not.
We wrote. Yeah. We rode the emotional whirlwind, and poured out, 40 for my homies up there. But that's, it was, I think Avengers Campus is so well done, that, yes, Cars Land at night, the neon, there's something different about it. But I like Avengers Campus that much.
Nice. So what strategies would you use to tackle this new land?
Obviously everything kicks off with boarding group, right? And, I'd kind of, we got in early, had breakfast, did mission breakout, and then left. I guess we were out of there about 8:30, but we couldn't get back in. And so, and that was one of the things. So, but the entertainment doesn't start until like 10 or 11.
No, of course not.
If you don't have an early boarding group, like you have to get in to be able to do things, but you can't just hang out there. There's not enough to do without a early boarding group. It's hard, because, you sit there and of course, it was funny, the people who all, we were walking in, I thought everybody was going to go left into Avengers Campus. And as many people who are going into Avengers Campus, were going on to Radiator Springs Racers. And so I assume they all had, early boarding groups, or at least had a boarding group already. It's hard. It's hard to figure out what to do. So if you want to eat breakfast there, go in, go ride Mission Breakout, and you got to leave to kind of figure out things like that. The stress of getting in, because I think you're going to get a boarding group at some point, be it at 7 a.m. or at noon. You actually don't have to go in that morning. I think the ride is reliable enough that you're going to get a boarding group, or reasonably assured to get a boarding group, and, you can get into the land and be able to do, mission breakout and grab something to eat, as they're now controlling I checked today, at 5:00 you could get a PIMS test kitchen at 5:30, which I don't know if it's just super slow today or what, but that's, that's pretty reasonable.
What is your must do on Avengers Campus?
Web slingers that's the must do. It's that good. It's that much fun. I would have turned around. I've waited 120 for flight of passage. At 10:00 at night. I guess the first couple of weeks it was open, and had no regret doing that. I'd have turned around and sat in 120 in the sun, waiting to get on the web slingers again if they'd have let me. So.
Nice.
Now they just got to get that somehow down to Florida without Universal getting involved.
Well, even the ride technology, do something different.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I did think it's interesting they put that there in Midway Mania's, 100 steps away, down in the pier.
It's very big steps.
They're still.
You're right.
Buzz is right across. There's still room for all of them. I'm just glad they have just something, and just another attraction. Just do something, with the land,
More is better.
More
right.
is better. More,
yeah.
It distributes
Yep.
distributes to the crowds, right? Because that 3-hour line, people are waiting in, made all the other waits pretty reasonable. So.
All right. Anything else, Derek, that you have to grill him on?
No, I'm just
Avengers
excited
Campus?
excited to go. I don't know when I'm going to go, but I
know.
cannot wait to experience it. I'm by the way, I did love Bugs Land, but I was all for Avengers Campus. If anyone's wondering, like, if I was choosing one or the other, so I can't.
Yeah,
wait to check it
they're
out.
they're not selling $20-some gauntlets for Heimlich's choo-choo train, right? Like, even the merchandising. What about gift shops? Was there a big gift shop, or was it better than Galaxy's Edge?
So they had the stuff everywhere, right? And so, but they didn't at least, do the Batu, or like, oh, we're only going to have, Galaxy's Edge stuff in Galaxy's Edge. No, you could have bought the web slinger, add-ons, while you're waiting in the queue out there. And so the attraction was the store was called Web Suppliers, and it was basically they had them pretty cool shirts. But I'm not a huge comic book dude, like, and so I wasn't buying any of the attraction, but it was, essentially they're trying to get you to buy those spider bots and try to buy, the actual web slingers and the Iron Man, propulsion cannon, things like that. So it's good, but not, nothing fantastic. Nothing,
right.
super unique, no Jedi robes or, lightsabers or
No
droids or
Savis.
things like, yeah, nothing like that. So.
Oh, they needed to figure out the Savis type version. You had to go and build your own suit or something.
There you go. They got. I'm sure they got something they're working on.
You build your own shield.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. When Disney starts doing that, we're gonna have to, make sure we point out the date we recorded this. Yep. All right. Well, Alex, because it's been a long time since you've done the lightning round, and we're trying to update some lightning rounds. We figure you are due for a lightning round.
The lightning round!
All right, Alex, are you ready for the lightning round?
I am ready.
All right, favorite movie?
Considered, Return of the Jedi,
There you go. It's your lightning round, Alex.
Yep.
Yep, it works. All right, favorite Disney character?
Mickey. Sorcerer Mickey.
All right. Favorite Disney villain?
Definitely not saying Gaston after that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Darth Vader.
That's a good one. All right. Favorite Disney song?
Oh God, they've Being a Travel Agent has killed so many Disney songs for me that I used to love that I just
don't love the whole music.
Oh my, no! A lot of it makes me just my eyes back into the bottom of my head. Favorite Disney song, Golden Dreams.
All right, yeah, that's hold music though. Once upon a time,
yeah, but that's just that montage and then the Statue of Liberty coming up, So
yes, Golden Dreams.
My kids are My kids are walking Disney songs, and so they just,
That's a good one. For those that don't know, Golden Dreams is from American Adventure. That's the finale, the big finale. It's wonderful. All right. Favorite Disney park?
Probably right now, it's still Magic Kingdom. I'd probably,
All right.
Fireworks are gonna help. Yeah, fireworks will help. And there's still just something about walking down Main Street.
Gotcha. Favorite classic attraction? You define classic.
Disneyland Pirates. It's just so much better than our Pirates. God, it's such a good attraction, and you just realize how much they cut in ours. It's just so sad. So.
All right. Favorite modern attraction?
Rise of the Resistance.
No web slingers. Okay.
I liked web slinger. Yeah.
You could have been the first to say it on the show.
I know, but it's still just. I'm Star Wars through and through. It's just, and so the queue at the Disneyland one is different than the queue at the Disney World one, and then they were doing the full pre-show and everything. So. Which was neat. Yeah. So,
all right. Favorite resort?
I'm not going to say the Contemporary because I'm not positive what the Incredibles updates are going to be. I'm probably going to have to go with Yacht Club. Probably my favorite right now. So
I just booked the Yacht Club.
Hardwood floors.
Yeah, I love the Yacht Club. It's. The wood floors, the updates, they need to open up Yachtsman Steakhouse, but it's market. Yeah.
All right. Favorite counter service restaurant?
Satuli. It's it just is. It's hard not to be.
Agreed.
There's just not. Yeah. There's just nothing it's the variety, the freshness, and then. Being in that land too, it kind of just all fits. It just works.
It does. Favorite table service restaurant?
California Grill. That just combines, food. Get sushi. Don't get the steak. Get sushi. Get the appetizers. get a dessert, go, the bar is off, bartenders are awesome there, been working there forever. And then, once July 1st and the fireworks come back, it's hard. I like Topolino's, just, for whatever reason, they face Topolino's the wrong way.
Yeah. Here's a look at off property.
Yeah. So here's Bonnet Creek. So,
yeah, I thought you were gonna say Whispering Canyon, but boy, I was wrong.
Yeah, nope. That's
Nope.
That's down near the bottom. So,
all right, favorite Disney snack.
Citrus Swirl is probably, I like Dole Whip, don't love Dole Whip, and then it's normally hotter than heck, so no popcorn or pretzel, but Citrus Swirl. And, a Trenta cold brew with a splash of almond milk. So,
all right. Okay, get your Starbucks in there, huh?
Yes.
All right. Favorite Disney drink.
That old fashioned that we had at Enchanted Rose was excellent. Even though it was $25, it should have been excellent. The one at California Grill was excellent. Yeah, I mean that's an old fashioned just about anywhere. So
You should try the leprechaun.
no leprechauns.
No
leprechauns.
Okay.
No. So
All right. Disney bucket list item, Alex.
visit every park.
Well, thank you so much, Alex, for being on the show and sharing everything Marvel that's happening right now. So tell people where they can find you and follow you for more of your trip updates.
Yeah, you can just follow me on Instagram at Alex Cenac. I think that's right. Right, Doug? I think I'm at Alex Cenac.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I follow you. No matter what, I will put the correct information in the show notes.
Yeah.
How about that?
And I think it's at Alex Cenac on Twitter too, but that's not very interesting. I just mainly retweet touring plan stuff and
and occasionally harass me.
Soccer and Simpsons quotes. So.
Mm-hmm. Soccer's important.
And LSU stuff. So
that sums it up pretty good. All right.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And if you want to book a trip out west or to Walt Disney World or Disney Cruise, because those are going to be happening here soon, you need to book with Michelle McKnight, the Rope Drop Queen. Her email is in the show notes, and she can definitely help you plan an incredible experience.
And right now with TouringPlans Travel, because both Alex and Michelle are destination specialists, if you book any Disney cruise in 2021 or 2022, that's 5 nights or longer in a veranda or higher stateroom, TouringPlans will pay for the first 2 guests' gratuities on the reservation when you book before June 30th with their agency. So there you go. That's nice. The current thing. You only have a few days. So
well, I just booked the Yacht Club, Doug, with Michelle. Thanks to Alex, we went and had a drink at the bar at Yacht Club, Alex.
Yeah,
so
that was nice.
I'm like, okay, I will put this up the list a little bit. So I got that booked up for November.
Yeah, and he broke down why he liked the Yacht Club better than the Beach Club for you, too.
He did. I still disagree, but that's a whole different show. But
you
that
haven't
is maybe
stayed there
more
yet, though.
That's true. So maybe more we'll talk about on the Patreon show with Alex. And if you want to hear that, you're going to have to become a subscriber. You can find that in the show notes. But that is all the time that we have. So thank you again for Alex and Doug. I'm Derek. You've been listening to Rope Drop Radio.